Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about the latest buzz in the Salesforce ecosystem, which is Agentforce. I'm pretty sure you all must have noticed that wherever we go, most of the Salesforce events, everyone is talking about Agentforce. In fact, Salesforce itself is talking about Agentforce so much in all its major events, etc. And also, any company, all the companies which are using Salesforce, and even the companies which are not using Salesforce, everyone is excited about this new thing called Agentforce and how it can be used, what this Agentforce is capable of doing, etc. So I'm gonna, try and break down what exactly Agentforce is, what it can do, how is it useful to business. Some of these points for you in this video. Well, so the first question that comes into mind is what is Agentforce? Of course, that's the first the most basic question that we all have. So Agentforce is primarily an AI platform which has been built by Salesforce. And before we start talking about Agentforce, let me also tell you all that Salesforce has been investing a lot on AI technologies, and it's been, I guess, maybe last 10 years or so. And there have been several things that Salesforce has launched prior to this. Einstein was there, then Einstein Copilot, which is again kind of being used in a different way within Agentforce. So yeah, so Salesforce has been actively investing on AI technologies, building AI assistants, etc. Now, Agentforce, the latest one that Salesforce has brought up, is kind of a AI-based platform which is built by Salesforce, and it's something which can help businesses or the sales reps, support reps do a lot of things with these Agentforce. They can basically ask questions to Agentforce, and Agentforce can do all the hard work, get into the Salesforce system, and retrieve the information. Not just that, Agentforce is also capable of performing certain actions based on based on the instructions which we define, etc. It can also perform a lot of actions. So that's what Agentforce is, at a high level. And if I have to give you examples, I can think of a couple of examples. So first example, let's think of a scenario where there is a customer. So the customer has placed an order and the order has got delayed. Now, usually in a usual scenario, what would happen? The customer would reach out to the customer support team, and the customer support team will then start tracking the order, etc., and then update the customer. Now, Agentforce is capable of doing this entire cycle of activities on its own. So Agentforce can receive the question through a chat. It will receive the question, it will take the order ID, it will search for all the information within the system, and then it can respond back to the customer based on the information that it has retrieved. Let me give you one more example which would emphasize on what sort of actions can Agentforce do. So let's say there's a customer who has placed an order for a shoe, and the size of the shoe that he has received is not right. So now Agentforce can listen to the customer, listen to the query of the customer, and it understands the shoe size is a challenge. So Agentforce can create another order for delivering the different size. For example, someone was trying to order a particular size and received a different size. Agentforce can receive this request. It can create another order or another delivery request for the size which is required, and it can also create a pickup for the earlier product. So everything got done by Agentforce agents, and no manual intervention was required here. So Agentforce is capable of building agents who can do all these activities and not just answer your questions, just pretty much like any other chatbot. How is Agentforce different from Einstein Copilot or maybe something like a ChatGPT? We are so used to it, and moment we hear about AI, we start feeling that AI has got something related to a chatbot or maybe a ChatGPT sort of thing. And it's very obvious to have a question like, okay, is Agentforce actually different from ChatGPT or a Copilot? Can it do something different from ChatGPT or Copilot? So let me answer this. What ChatGPT can do, it can basically listen to question, and it can possibly do some sort of research, find some information, and give an answer. There was a similar product from Salesforce also, which was called Einstein Copilot, which still exists. And what Einstein Copilot could do was it could basically retrieve information, and based on the information it retrieves, it could suggest the next best actions to the sales or support reps. Okay. However, Agentforce takes it to a completely different next level. So Agentforce can search for the information, and not just, instead of just responding to the sales rep or support rep, it can perform actions also. So it can make decisions, it can perform actions, it can create tasks, it can complete tasks on its own. And that ways it's, so there's this concept of agents. So these agents are not just AI assistants. These agents are like uh, workers who are working with the sales team or support team to help them complete their day-to-day activities on a real-time basis and in a much faster way. And of course, if we try and understand what all Agentforce is capable of doing, Agentforce is something which is completely integrated with the Salesforce platform, which means it can work with the sales cloud, it can work with the service cloud, it can work with the marketing cloud, and it can work with the data cloud. So it can kind of work with all Salesforce, the entire Salesforce platform, I would say. And it can, do, instead of just answering the question or retrieving the information, it can do real-time activities. So what it does, or how it works, I'll tell you. So there is something called the Atlas Reasoning Engine. Agentforce uses the Atlas Reasoning Engine to make its decisions, and based on the decision, not just the decisions, it would also then be able to perform the actions based on the decisions. So in the under the hood, you have basically the Atlas Reasoning Engine. And the best part is you can train these Atlas Reasoning Engines the way you want as per your business processes. So it's not about Agentforce just doing things based on the standard configuration, etc. You have the capability to set up your configurations or train this Atlas Reasoning Engine the way you want. Of course, there are more layers to it. I will be talking about those in the upcoming sessions. But at a high level, if you have to understand, I would say that there are a lot of out-of-the-box agents which are available. Like you have a sales agent, you have a service agent, which are available for companies to use. Readily start using that. On top of that, we can customize these agents to make them work or do activities that we want. In addition to that, we can also build our own agents to perform specific types of tasks. For example, if there is a bank, and this bank wants to create an agent which will validate all the documents of the customers which are submitted, or do a checklist of those documents. So no human being needs to be sitting there and doing it manually. It can be completely handled by Agentforce. So it can basically collect the documents one by one and possibly try and upload and validate, something like that. So yeah, companies can build their own agents, and those can help them perform their day-to-day activities completely the way a sales representative or a support representative would do. And now the most important question: how is Agentforce useful to the businesses? Now, if you look at it, the kind of activities that Agentforce can do, if it is capable of performing the tasks on its own, if it is able to retrieve information, make decisions, etc., and this being an AI assistant, it can do all these things a lot more faster as compared to the time it would take for doing these things manually. So Agentforce can do a lot more. So it can help businesses achieve a lot more, I would say, productivity or lot faster response times compared to what humans would do with lesser number of people engaged in those activities. So that's a high level overview about what is Agentforce. In the upcoming sessions, I am going to talk a lot more on a bit of deep dive into Agentforce. What are its capabilities? I'll also be doing some demos to show you how does Agentforce work, how to configure the basic settings of the Agentforce so that you can use that. How do you get an org which can work with Agentforce, or if you're trying to learn Agentforce, what sort of an org setup you should do, and also how can you customize agents and how you can build your own agents, etc. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about more about some of these things in some of our upcoming videos. So stay tuned. That's all we'll discuss in this video. Thanks for watching. For more videos in this series, you can look for the link in description below or visit my website. Goodbye and take care.